All right, welcome back. Question for you. When things suddenly change at home or your workplace, how do you handle it? This next page turner can be your guide through those unexpected shifts.
That's right. Wall Street Journal bestseller and former associate professor and director at Vanderbilt University, Dr. Patrick Leddin, has teamed up with world-renowned author James Patterson in a new book, Disrupt Everything and Win. Take control of your future. Welcome in.
Thank you. Glad to be here today.
We're looking forward to disrupting some stuff
I'm
here.
looking forward to it too. Let's go.
So fill us in what we can expect inside this book and the tools that readers will walk away with.
Well, I think you hit on it right as you went into the intro there. I imagine that there's times in your life you have a plan just in life to do something, and then something gets in your way, the car breaks down, the kids need something, whatever it might be, those disruptions. We just take that idea at a bigger scale and say, like, where are you trying to go with your family, with your team, with your organization, with your life? And in the process of doing that, what's all the curveballs that'll get thrown toward you, and how can you handle those?
Okay. Because that is life. I mean, there's always a curveball, it seems like. But
Absolutely.
You can't really plan for it. So where did you get the inspiration to disrupt everything? You say we're wired to disrupt.
Yeah, well, so I was teaching a class at Vanderbilt called Leading Business Through Times of Crisis. And there was one section of that class we bring in guest speakers. So it's a pretty cool experience. You have 25 students in a room, and in comes at the time Doug Parker, the CEO of American Airlines, and Sarah Nelson, the president of Flight Attendants Association. And together they talked to the 25 students about how they dealt with crisis. And then one guest speaker was James Patterson. And James Patterson came in and he gave a presentation called The Power of Disruption. And people don't necessarily know this, but he once was the CEO of the world's largest ad agency, J. Walter Thompson. Yeah. He wrote the tagline, "I'm a Toys R Us kid."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was very successful. And then he gave all that up to focus on writing. And he talked about how he disrupted the publishing industry, which he really did, and by doing things with multiple authors and different genres and a bunch of different ways. And when it was over, it was like, I want to write a book with you on this topic. I want to figure out how do people in life, when they get clear on what's their purpose in life, how do they live out that purpose in the face of all the stuff that gets thrown at them? So that's how we started down that path.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest obstacle that gets in the path?
Probably ourselves.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're probably our own biggest obstacle. Because sometimes we think that I got to do this big thing. And oftentimes it's, no, I just need to take a step. I just need to start moving. We're pretty good at dreaming up things we want to do. I mean, if you go to a cocktail party, everybody tells you they want to be a writer, or in this town, a songwriter. Right. But writers write, and songwriters write songs. And you have to do the little steps to get there. And it's the same thing in anything else you want to do in life. You have to take those steps. You sit here right now, and people will be like, I want to do what you do. And you have to say, well, I didn't just show up here one day and do this. Yes. There were a bunch of steps I took to get here.
It's true. Okay, baby steps. We like that. Okay, so obviously co-written with James Patterson, world-renowned author. What was it like working with him?
It was great. It was actually a great experience. In the beginning, it was a little tough because I was trying to figure out, what's the dance when you're trying to work with a partner. Yeah. And because he works with a bunch of different authors, sometimes you don't really know what to expect. I always refer to it as like being in an ensemble cast. You have different people who are writing different projects with him, and then every once in a while the light comes on you, and you better be ready. So I was kind of working my way through that. But once we got through the outline, which took us about 9 to 10 months to work on that outline, yeah, it was a while. Once we got through that process of doing that and really started going into the research where we were doing the interviews and gathering the data and going through it, it became, he's my friend. I mean, I consider him my friend. We were together the last couple of weeks, and I just love being with him. He's made me a better writer, a better thinker. He knows how to turn a page. Yeah. As a college professor, I probably would have written something much more dense that people would be like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe somebody else will read it and tell me about it. This one, you're going to turn the page over and over again.
Speaking of turning the page, we mentioned your former employee at Vanderbilt. Talk about that step and how you're disrupting your life now and kind of following in your own advice, right?
How can I put a book out that tells everybody to disrupt everything and win and not be willing to make a disruption in my own life? So as I was going down the path of working on the book project, it just became clearer and clearer that probably the best thing to do at this point is to step away from the university. So I wouldn't have served my students well at this point. So I decided to double down and focus on this. But the point isn't that you necessarily quit your job. Some people didn't do that at all. The book is full of stories of people. We interviewed over 350 people and got their stories. And some are household names and some are unsung heroes, but each of them have a really cool story. And the idea isn't you don't necessarily have to blow up your whole life, but you have to be willing to at least look at it. Like look at the relationships in your life and say, is that relationship pushing me forward or holding me back? And we talk about that in there. Or am I holding some people back? Do I need to write somebody a text right now that says, let's talk a little bit tonight about our relationship? Because sometimes we sleepwalk through life, and if we do that, we're not living our best life.
So good. It all starts with looking within.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
You disrupt yourself first.
Yes.
Very much so.
Step one.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to tell you one quick thing if I can. We have a great course coming out with Franklin Covey the great leadership development company, how to bring this into your organization so you can innovate and have great impact, and people need to check that out.
Ooh, making waves, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Start taking control of your future. Get your copy of Disrupt Everything and Win. It's available on Amazon.